Good afternoon and welcome to New York Red Bulls Media Availability Preview, the New York Red Bulls home opener on Saturday against Nashville SC. We're joined by New York Red Bulls head coach Sandro Schwarz. As always, use the raise hand function and I'll call you to ask Coach a question. We'll start with questions in the room. First answer was Mark. Mark, give the floor.
Coach, can you talk about Felipe Carvalho and how he's progressing? Do we think we're getting him to a place where we might see him start on Saturday, or still another week or two?
Yeah, his progress, first of all, is very well. And he was a little bit sick in now the beginning of the week, but at the end now he's in the rhythm of a training week, I would say 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. So yeah, we have to be careful on one side, and but he will be an option for the bench on Saturday. So it's a little bit too early directly in the starting lineup, but it's good now to see him in our trainings with him.
Next, good Anthony.
Coach, this is the first meaningful game where you had all three of your big players, Morgan, Choupo-Moting, and Forsberg, on the field together. How do you think they connected, and what do you think they need to improve on to make sure they start scoring goals?
Yeah, first of all, in our defense behavior, they made it in the first game very well, the whole preseason very well, to start our pressing. So they worked hard. That's the basic which we need, the basic behavior which we need, and of course then they had a good connection against Cincinnati to create our moments. We had a lot of good situations where we came in the final third of the opponent of Cincinnati, but for sure, so some movements, box position, these are in detail what we have to improve, but this is then also more a topic from for the whole team in moments in our build-up situation, then to use our dynamic actions in passing situations when we break the line, some crosses. This is the whole team what we have to improve, but for the start, it was a good start, and not to forget Choupo. I don't know, it was the first game after 8 months, 9 months in a new league, in a competition, and it seems that he's in a very good spot, and hopefully then we can see that as a team on Saturday against Nashville.
Next, go to Jeff.
How are Marcelo Morales and Victor Bogac doing? Is there any update on them, and is there maybe a timetable on when we might be able to see them?
It's difficult to say, but they will be not available on Saturday against Nashville, and so we have to build up individual now, that we don't take a risk for injuries or something like that. That's very important, because then it's also a new load, new country, new league, and we have to be careful with these guys, with these young players, because it's a long season and we don't want to take a risk. It's difficult to say how long, 2, 3, 4 weeks like this, we will see.
Next, go to Christian.
Good afternoon, Coach.
Hello.
Another injury question. Just wanted to ask you an update on Ronald Docker. And secondly, just your observations of the back line. Do you expect the same players to start for the next game against Nashville?
Yeah, for our backline, depends which structure we are playing. So last season we played 2 times in a back 4 against Nashville. They played the first game against New England with a back 4 Nashville. So first of all, this is our question, what we have to answer, the structure. But we have a lot of options. I agree, we have a lot of options with the center backs, with the wing backs, full backs. So this is now clear, and it's good to have these options as well. And what was the first question?
Ronald Docker.
Yeah. Ronnie, it's the same. It's the same topic like we have with Marcelo Morales and Victor Bogac. So it's also a question. But hopefully he can join the team training session as soon as possible. But it's the same feeling that we don't take a risk, because it's a long season, young player, and so we have to be careful with these guys. But hopefully they will be ready as soon as possible.
Go back to Jeff.
Yeah.
Cameron Harper was one of your more versatile guys last year. Is that versatility going to maybe be the case again this season, where he's going to be in a few different positions? And how much of a luxury is that to have somebody like that?
Yeah, that's good. It's good to have this flexibility in our roster, to have these profiles of players, that they are able to play more than one position, and it's correct. He can play as a wingback, he can play as a fullback, but also as a winger, as a 10 position on the side. So that's good to have him. to have this profile. And yeah, this is then the same situation. We have to answer first of all our structure, and then to look, okay, which player is on the best position in this structure.
Go with Anthony.
Omar Valencia
Yeah.
made a start, looked really good on the wing. He's another in a group of players that have come from that two team, the reserve team. How important is it that you can trust players, whether it be
Yeah.
injury or just starters, that you can go to that reserve team
Yeah.
and they've really been able to prove to be starters?
It's very important. It's not only important for me as a head coach or for our coaching staff, it's important for our club, because this is the identity. That's the philosophy of our club, to build up these players from the academy, or then sometimes to bring these players from Europe or Africa, to bring these players then and to build up then these guys in the second team, and this is very important. And at the end, they decide with the quality, with the performance in each training session in our first team, and also then in each game for the second team or the academy team. And this is important. The doors open, and he made it very well in the first game, but he made it also very well the whole preseason when we start here, and it's a good step. It was the first step, and this is what we have to continue now with him individual, and to include him then in our team.
Go back to Christian.
Coach, regarding Lewis,
Happy birthday.
Coach, regarding Lewis Morgan, can
Yeah.
you just talk to us about his role for this year? It looks like he's playing like a false nine, playing on the right on the defensive end. Just talk to us how important he's going to be for the team, and what can you expect from him offensively?
Yeah, he's very important as well, and he can also play different positions, and as a nine, as a second nine, maybe around Chupo or Julian Hall or Victor Bogac, like this. And he's so important for us with deep runs, because he has the pace and the speed to find the right moment for these deep runs. And in this case, he's a very important player on the field, but also how he leads the team in every training session, each training session, to communicate, to push the guys. And it's a great guy. It's a great guy in the locker room. And at the end, for sure, we need our offensive players then to create the numbers, individual numbers, with assists, with the last pass, final pass, with hopefully then scoring goals. And yeah, this is our expectation, but not only for Luis. At the end, we need all the offensive players with these numbers, and we need our center backs in set pieces. This was a good. It was a good feeling in our preseason. We had a lot of good moments after set pieces, after corners. So this is now what we expect from all the guys in different moments, in different situations, to able to score.
Go to Mark.
Nashville,
Yeah.
new coach,
Mhm.
new system. They really sat back in 2024. Very strong defensive team. They're trying to be a little more possession minded. They're doing a little pressing of their own. I'm curious about what you see for Saturday's opponent.
Yeah, it's a good, clear structure they played in a 4-4-2, 4-2-2-2. It's more like this, and I would say when we played 2 times against Nashville last season, it was more 4-4-2 with more winger players on the side, and now it's a little bit different. A lot of players in the center between the lines, and with 2 10s in the red zone, and there was 2 clear strikers, but Hani Mukhtar also able to play between the lines. Then they have Soric. It's a very good striker, and we have to be ready in our defense, in our box defending against him after crosses, especially when they attack on their right side. So they had a first game. They had now a good game against New England, a good preseason. They won against Columbus, they won against DC United, so it's a good team, a clear structure. And but at the end, so we have to decide with our quality, with our behavior on the field.
Next we go to Voss on Zoom. Voss, you there? There he is. Yep, we can hear you. Vosh, you there or having technical difficulties? Vosh having some technical difficulties. We'll go to George.
Coach, what's going on? So, second half we saw a little bit of how you used your defender last year, JMI kind of attacking, but we saw that in Noah Eiley. I felt like he in the second half attacked a little bit. I saw him move forward a little bit. Is that how you're looking to use him this year? Because you kind of started in the second half. I think maybe things would have changed if the game started that way.
Yeah, first of all, the reason is he's now playing on the right side because we have Alexander Hack on the left side, and I think that's a big advantage for us to have players on the side on center backs with the quality of their foot, if it's right or left. So when you're playing with three center backs, for sure, then could be sometimes to have the situation to have an overload situation on the side with one center back, but then we have to be ready with 1-6 position, these movements, or they have to look each other. And Noah, he has the quality, especially in our build-up moments, in our build-up situations, to break lines, but also to use with the first touch, with the second touch, the space, when it's space open from the opponent. And we have to use this quality of Noah as well, but in the right moment and in the right situation.
Next we go to Dan.
Good afternoon, Sandro. Hope you're well. Just to talk about Alexander, he really looked good in Cincinnati when they were attacking, putting out fires, was filling up spaces to stop the ball. What did you like about him since he played in the first match? What do you expect more from him throughout the season?
Yeah, but it's now the second game in the season, and I said to our team before we start the season, first of all, we have to be ready and we have to look for our basic behavior and what I expect, first of all, from our center backs, from our wing backs, from our sixth position, that they defend very strong in each situation. So this is my expectation also for Alexander Hack. First of all, to defend, to play very clean, and the clearances to solve these situations very clean. This is what I expect, first of all. And of course, then when you build up the confidence and you, as a player, then the individual, the self-confidence, for sure, then to create our moments when we have the space, when we have the moments in our structure to build up and to play hopefully vertical, but to play very simple. And that's the key for Haki. And it's the same like Chupo. He played now also the first time after, 6-7 months when he played the last game in his previous team, but now he was in a good spot, but at the end we have to continue individual and as a team our development.
Next we go to Gary.
Coach, you talked about expectations a little bit.
Because of the question.
Playing this first game since November, and more importantly, you talked about the expectations that you put on the team. When they look at the team looking forward to playing in front of the home fans, who I feel like their expectations even higher.
Yeah, that's okay, because we were very successful last year, and especially end of the year with our playoff run. So that's normal. So, but at the end, and this is what I said in our all-staff meeting. And yesterday we had a great event with our supporters in our stadium, the Sports Illustrated Stadium. So it was great, our conversations yesterday, and of course we expect also a lot from our side, our quality, our performance to show this hopefully every weekend. But at the end, I think it's now a new season. We have new faces, and now not to compare end of the season and now beginning of the season. So it starts new. We have last week we played. I would say it was good enough to get a result in Cincinnati last weekend, but at the end we lost, and now we have the next opportunity, the next big chance in our home opener, and it's great now to have this feeling with our supporters in our stadium to start now on Saturday, and we are very, very excited now to come together after a long time. The last home game was against Columbus, was it was okay. It was great emotions. But now we are responsible to create all these emotions now with our first home opener against Nashville.
Everyone, we have time for one more question with Coach. We'll go back to Voss.
How's it going, Coach? My apologies for that.
It's okay.
But just wanted to ask you a little about what you expanded on. It has to do with the fitness of a guy like Cuba Martin. We all know it's been a while since he was playing some first team football. And how are you going to go about managing his minutes as the season progresses? And this is a second parter.
Yeah.
How are you looking forward to being back at home? Not just the team, but for yourself, being in the kind of environment. I think that's pretty much what that is.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. What I said was great to see these supporters yesterday in our stadium and to talk and to say thank you first of all for the last year of the support. And now we start a new season, a new chapter in our story, what we want to create, and it's good now. And this is my feeling. I'm so excited and to stay on our touchline now in our stadium and our supporters in my back. That's good. And behind the goals, and hopefully we can celebrate at the end together. But now the main focus is now what do we need to be successful for Saturday. And I forgot the first question.
Chupo.
Chupo. Oh my God, Chupo. Yeah, that's a good question. Sorry that I forgot. It's a good question because I think it's a main part. It's a main topic. For this long season to handle, especially when Leagues Cup starts, US Open Cup, which is very important for us as well, to handle all individual loads of all these guys. That's a very important part for us, and it starts in our trainings week, in our regular trainings week. But he's actually now in a very, very good spot, and so he played what I said, 90 minutes, 95 minutes with stoppage time. So he played good for the first game after 6-7 months. But we have to manage. I agree, we have to manage, but not on Saturday, to be honest.
Coach, thank you for joining us. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.